Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Dread Jive Tarot. This is Pisces 9-card reading for August. We're going to start by picking an overall energy for the reading. Let's see what comes out, yeah? Those of you new to the channel, once I pick a overall energy, I like to go ahead and do past, present, future, conscious, subconscious. Person you might be dealing with, the doors they could be opening for you, how you might have handled it in the past, and how Spirit is helping you see it this time around. Bottom of the deck, I see the Four of Swords in reverse. Quite interesting. It looks to me, Pisces, like you're ready to move. You're ready to kind of come out of, say, the box a little bit. You might have been sitting back and kind of analyzing or regrouping from a situation, trying to see things just a little bit more clearly. Now you're either ready to move on or move to something different. Most recent past, you might have been in your head about something. Now, what that something is, I mean, it's up to you. What's happening in the present moment for my Pisces? The Fool in reverse. Okay. So in all honesty, that's kind of contradictory to your overall energy. So you might be stuck in not really wanting to go, or kind of feeling irresponsible, or feeling some sort of loose ends that still need to be tied up. But just remember, coming from the most recent past, you're the Two of Swords, like kind of procrastinating on a decision anyway. So nobody's going to blame you. Nobody's here to judge. Upcoming future, most possible upcoming future for my Pisces. Oh, there we go. There's your Ten of Wands. Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. What are you doing? The person that you could be dealing with, who's my Pisces dealing with? Or refusing to deal with at this time? Who's my Pisces kind of cold shouldering at this time? Doesn't want to give it to me, guys. All right. The Four of Cups. Four of Cups tells me of somebody that is refusing to see things from your logic, from your line of thinking. Maybe you've given advice and they're just refusing to take it. So you're just like, hey, look, I'm going to take a step back and let it kind of work itself out because, you know, I ain't with the BS. The doors they could be opening for you. The Knight of Wands. Okay. This spread is already screaming to me of follow your heart. Sometimes we're not supposed to let our analytical brain lead. Sometimes we're supposed to let our spirit, our soul, take the reins and bring us where we need to be. Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying all the time look without leaping. I'm saying that sometimes we need to bet on ourselves. We need to gamble on ourselves. Because Pisces, you've been gambling on other people for quite a long time so far. Why not? Why not place the bet? Why not double down on yourself? Conscious, in your conscious mind, it's looking like there's something that's imbalanced, something that's not fair. I think that you're allowing this person more real estate in your head than they need to have, you know? Well, he listens to her, but he doesn't listen to me. Well, he takes advice from books, but I told him the same thing 3 weeks ago. Let me tell you something. I know how that feels. Happens all the time. It's happened my whole life. But after a little while, you got to understand, it doesn't say anything about who we are. It just says something about who they are. It could say something positive, like how discerning they are, or it could say something negative, like they don't really trust you. and they never really did. However you plan to slice it, just slice it and eat your pie. Subconsciously speaking, subconsciously. Ooh, 2 cards. All right. Pisces, Pisces. It's the 2 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, let me tell you something about that little card combination in your subconscious. In your subconscious, it's massively anxiety. Now, you would think that with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, that you would be prioritizing or picking or choosing or sticking with a goal and going towards it, right? You would be calming the seas. But in the subconscious, it's like, I haven't really come to terms with it. It's making me kind of uneasy. It's not making me feel very secure. You understand? It's making me feel some kind of way. I don't know which way to choose. Everything's in balance. Nothing's really working on the outside. So if I come out, if I take center stage, then what else? What will I add to the tornado? Right now, who cares what you add to the tornado? That might change with when the advice comes out, but how might you have handled it in the past? How might Pisces have handled this situation in the past? All right. Deceptive. Oh. Okay. With the 6 of Cups, the 2 of Wands in reverse, and the 7 of Swords, that's how you might have handled it in the past. Now, if you take a really, really good look at those cards, it tells a story of doing the wrong thing, looking back on how you could have fixed it, but then only seeing positive outcomes. You understand? To me, it tells a story of doing something and then thinking back about who you affected, what kind of innocence you affected, what kind of changes you made that you didn't, how you affected other people. It's almost a feeling of, gosh, I hope nobody saw me. So if you're doing things that you don't want others to see, or you would feel ashamed of if it came to the lightness, then that's probably not the path you want to take the second time around. You understand? It's probably why you kind of second guessing yourself. But with the card here in the upright, just because, oh, I could have, or, it might have happened, that's not what happened. Instead, you can look back positively on that which you had done previously. Advice. Dang it. With the Moon and the 3 of Wands in reverse, right here, as advice on how to handle it this go round. There are things that you are not aware of that are in the makings. You're not waiting for them. You're not expecting them. You understand? This, as advice, screams to me, expect magic. Expect miracles. Because in your place, in your frequency of worry at this time, second guessing yourself if something seems unfair, if you was to rise up above that and understand how things have worked out, no matter how bad they were, how they worked out, looking back in hindsight, how it worked out in the past, or how your parents did it, or how somebody from your past handled it, it kind of worked out. Give yourself the same kind, and I say it again, why not bet on yourself? Why not bet on yourself? Expect miracles. This could be the outcome. Do you understand? This could be the outcome if left to your own devices. But what this refusal, this, dang it, it's not coming clear to me. You're not appreciating a situation as it is. Okay, and I think it has a little bit more to do with the person that you're dealing with, not listening to the advice. You understand? It seems to you that they're not listening to the advice you're giving, right? Which would make me feel some type of way about the advice that I'm giving. Except if you spin that table and look at it from the opposite direction, you might be able to see that they are accepting your opinion because they value your opinion, but at the end of the day, they still follow their own intuition and their own heart. You understand? Right. Right. So whereas it's giving you a complex, how this person is acting and interacting with you, it shouldn't be giving you a complex. It should be giving you empowerment in a way. If you can transform your thinking, if you can change the way you see something, you can possibly change your entire life. So, let's pull some cards on the person that you're dealing with. Let's see if I called it right. You know? You know? You know it? I want 3 cards for their subconscious, please. 3 cards for the person that Pisces is dealing with. 3 cards for their subconscious mind, their motive, their direction. What drives them? What is driving them? Connect the dots. La la la. Connect the dots. Come on, baby. 5 of Cups. There's a lot of regret. Okay, so they are... What you're looking at is you in the future. You're looking at your future self. Well, what you can aspire to be anyway, right? All right, the 10 of Cups. All right, so how did I get the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Cups? They've learned how to appreciate what they still have. And that 6 of Pentacles that you're sitting with, right? Okay, so you're sitting with that 6 of Pentacles in the reverse in your conscious mind. This is where you think it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. Well, what they feel is that it's probably not fair on a level. You understand? That they've given way much more than they've received, but they've received the 10 of Cups. This is kind of giving me a flashback, but I'm just going to roll with it. They've given so much more than they've received, but they've received the 10 of Cups. Do you understand? Now, they regret all the things they lost along the way, but they still appreciate the 2 cups that are still standing, which is the 10 of Cups. If that makes any sense. Consciously speaking, okay. So as they're refusing your advice, as they accept your advice, they listen to your advice, they ask for your advice, for God's sake, they contemplate your advice, but they don't take your advice, right? They move away from, they do think about it. They think about it. They mill it over. They work through it. But they also apply all this stuff going on in their peripheral, things that they've gone through, hardships that you have yet to go through. So it sounds like they're asking for your advice, and they are, because they're worth it. You're worth it. I mean, if they act like they don't take it, it's because they've already been down that road. Now, I'm a Taurus. I can go down that road 15 times, learn my lesson, absolutely. But if I'm dealing with a person that gives me advice, I'm still going to take that advice. Because the only way you really learn is firsthand. And I could tell them till I'm blue in the face, but like you said, you know, it's not fair. They don't listen. But they do listen to what happens. So show them, if you're brave. This person does not. All right, how they're showing face is very closed off, very to themselves, very secretive. Okay, so whereas they ask you for advice, you give them advice, it seems like they don't take it, and they don't tell you what they chose, why they chose it, or what's going on, other than the next time they show up and they ask for advice again. So they're kind of closed off, they're kind of to themselves. It could be a Virgo that you're dealing with. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers. This person, possibly a Gemini, possibly a Virgo. This person seems to me like they're pretty well balanced, like they pretty much got it together. And as I was stating earlier, I think this is kind of like your future self. So if you just take a look at it and try not to be offended by it, when you do finally reach this level of ascension, when you finally do reach this level of understanding or comprehension and doing the same thing, then, and put those shoes on, like really wear those shoes, I think you'll come to a point where you kind of getting it just a little bit better, and it's a little bit more free-flowing, because if you learn not to take it personally, then later on people won't take yours personally. They'll take it as an honor. You're one of the 5 people that I ask. Now, whether I take it or not, I kind of take everything and I kind of do my calculations, and then I choose what's best for me. But I thought about you enough, I think highly enough about you to ask in the first place. I don't just ask just to hear you talk, for God's sake. All right. Do we have one more? All right, so that's where they're coming across. They're coming across as shut off, but they're not shut off. There's just a need-to-know basis. All right, the 5 of Cups in reverse, and like I said earlier, you know, even though they lost a lot, they still appreciate what they do have. You understand? They do. They appreciate you enough to ask. What about this Fool for you? What has you kind of holding on, gripping to past situations, irresponsibilities? 5 of Wands. Too many irons in the fire. This could be too many irons in the fire. This could be too many things going on. This could be too many moving parts. Somebody explained it to me one day, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? I might have a lot of moving parts, 100 or more, but I like them, and it's not too many. Always goes very greased, very easy, very, very easy. But at this particular point in your life, you might have just a lot going on. You understand? That you feel irresponsible if you make a decision based on the past, where you made a very selfish decision, a very self-serving decision, and then looking back on hindsight, yes, it turned out well, but you had never added that portion of it into the equation. So it kind of has you fearful. But baby, it turned out fine. I'm going to repeat it. It feels like I'm just repeating it. Like, double down on yourself. I think you can double down on yourself. Yes, I think you can bet on yourself. Why don't you try? But this Knight of Wands, this door they could be opening for you. I see the Magician in reverse. This is leaving things up to chance. In this specific rendition, it's telling me to leave things up to chance. That you're not ever in control of everything, right? You're never really in control of everything, too many working parts. There's a lot going on. There's hand over hand, hand washes back, footsteps in mud. There's a lot going on. So you're never really in control of everything. You just got to take what makes the most sense and what you're most passionate about. Kind of take a big picture view of it and then go through with it. And you know, if it's the right thing, a lot of times it'll work out for the best. It really will. In your advice here, I see the 9 of Pentacles. You don't see what you are capable of. You can't. You can't. Not with all these cards coming out. And then it's with the 9 of Pentacles. It's like, I'm going to tell the story again. Like, I was a workaholic, so all I did was work, right? One day my boss tells me to go home. It took me 6 days to relax and look around and go, wow, this is a really nice, comfortable spot to be. You know, I like being here. I did all this. I did this wonderful thing. It took me 6 days to reach that Sunday fun day, relax day. Bottom of the deck, I have that King of Wands, confident, secure, leading by example, understanding your worth. Leo season. Come on, Pisces, get with the program. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's all I got to say for you, Pisces. Yes, bet on yourself, double down on yourself. Don't forget to take a leap. You can't possibly really understand what's coming because it's so fantastic. Not everything can be. Sometimes you just gotta just go with the flow and hope for the best, because you have magic in you that you have yet to see. And until next time, if you'd like to know or see more, like, comment, subscribe. Do hit the bell if you want to be informed next time I upload, which should be next Sunday for your relationship read. So then, until then, Pisces, thanks for stopping by Dread Jive Tarot.